All right. So has anybody had any people try to get funding, but then they declined the funding? Has anybody experienced that? And has anybody just had trouble getting any clients to apply? Kevin says yes. Just starting. Okay. Tell me what y'all experiences have been though. Like tell me some of the strategies y'all have taken to get funding clients. Unmute yourself. I just want to hear because I hope we don't got people like just sitting in the wind waiting on it to come to you. I always say in sales, we got three type of people. Those who pray for business, those who wait for business, and those who go get business. So which one are you?
I think in my situation, I spent 15 years as a mortgage broker. So I know what it means to go out and shake the bushes a little bit. But I think the biggest challenge has been on the consumer end, them understanding the difference between business funding and business credit. A lot of people don't know how to differentiate the two. And it's more of an education, process, in educating people the difference, between the two. So I've had a lot of people contacting me for quote unquote business funding, but what they were looking for actually was business credit.
Oh, really? Okay. That's interesting because that's one of the reasons too. I recently started to do videos to explain the difference in business funding and business grants. And then I think I posted one today that explained the difference between business credit and business funding. But I think I'm going to start to do more because I agree. I totally agree, Kevin. I've been experiencing the same thing. Or like people will ask me a lot about people will ask a lot about grants, and I'll say I didn't say nothing about a grant. But they're saying that because they're not sure, or they're not sure what the difference is. So that's why
it's been my experience that for a lot of people, the PPP iteration that we just went through kind of gotten people in a certain paradigm, thinking, that there's money out there for businesses. Most people think it's grant-based or it's money that you don't have to pay back instead of money that's based on your revenue that's coming into your business. That's just been my experience.
I agree.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, this is Chaz.
Oh, hi, you got here. That was so weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, it worked.
Okay.
That was weird. But thank
yeah.
you.
All right, awesome. So what was your question?
Well, I actually had a similar question to the girl that was wholesaling. I've been trying to do that for a while as well. So it's good to know that you're a connection that we can go to as far as questions we have about that. But I wanted to know, what were the requirements as far as DAC goes for the real estate investors? What were their minimum qualifications?
I didn't know DAC did anything with real estate investing. Are they?
Oh, really? Oh, I thought they did.
Am I missing something? No, and I might be missing something, y'all, because I'm a real estate broker. I've been in real estate 20 years. So if they said anything about real estate and DAC, I might have missed it or just not even paid attention.
I could have sworn I heard them say that they do, like if a real estate investor needed capital, if they were working on, maybe ran out of funds and couldn't go to a regular bank, traditional banking system, they could go through them to get the funding.
Oh, well, they're just saying if you need money. They're just saying if you need funding. But okay, so I'm a real estate. This is gonna be crazy, y'all. This is gonna sound crazy, but I'm a real estate broker. I'm a wholesaler, so I do real estate investing. I'm also a mortgage broker, right? So I be in the books a lot, y'all. But no, the business funding they're talking about at DAC is they're just saying get a business loan if a real estate investor needs money. But like for me, I would recommend somebody do that only if they're not able to qualify for a mortgage or hard money. And because you can get, if you're an investor, you can get, if you're a real estate investor, you can just get a loan to buy this investment property if you got like 10 or 20% down. So now I have said something similar in the past, but sometimes y'all, I'm just making content, giving information. But if somebody were to call me, I would, look at their situation, look at their credit, and then decide what the best fit is for them.
Right. Okay. Is it, well, maybe I can schedule an offline conversation with you because I am a passive real estate investor and I have a real estate partner, and her and I have been trying to wholesale for a while, but we don't really know the steps to take. I do have somebody that we go through where we have proof of funds already. So I know, you have to get it under contract and all that, but just basically what the process is after that.
You want to get educated. That you want to get educated, and I'm gonna tell you, like, let me just tell you a short story. So yesterday, somebody sends me an email through Zillow and they say I need to sell a house. So because I'm a real estate broker, I call them up. I'm thinking this is a homeowner. I call them up, but it's a wholesaler. It's somebody new to wholesaling. I always know when it's a new wholesaler just because of the way they talk. Like you could tell they're saying stuff they heard on YouTube and all that. So he was like doing all this explaining, yeah, we buy 10, 20 houses a month, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, what's the address? How much you want? So because what happens is a lot of times if wholesalers, if they don't do their homework properly, they're going to get a house under contract. The price not going to be right. A lot of things are going to be wrong, and you're not going to sell it if you're not getting it at the right price. So I always tell people, if you're like new into real estate or new to wholesaling, first thing you want to do is start researching your market and learn the housing prices. And then really what they're supposed to be doing secondly is building a list of buyers, like cash buyers. But a lot of wholesalers, they just call realtors who work with cash buyers and try to get them to do the work for them. So this guy who called the other day, I really was interested in his house too. The house he had under contract, but I just kind of backed out of it because he had a lot going on. He didn't have any control or like real rapport with the homeowner. And I just didn't want to deal with it or waste my time.
Right.
So
that makes sense.
But I mean, you could do it. A lot of wholesalers, they just find real estate agents who work with cash buyers. And you could do that by just searching Zillow.
Right.
You could find them. Yep. Don't get realtors though who work with like first time home buyers and stuff like that, because they're not gonna know what you're talking about with wholesaling. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So nobody has had any clients though who declined the funding after they got an offer? Nobody? Okay. Okay. Has anybody on here had a funding? Has anybody got close to having a funding?
I've had 3 submissions, but I haven't heard back as far as whether or not they've gotten them. I think one person was not approved, and I haven't heard back about the last 2.
Okay. Anybody? Manda, do you have a question or a comment? Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Give me a second. Thank you.
We can't hear you that well.
Okay. Hold on for a sec. I think because. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Is that better?
Yes.
Hello?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. Um, so the thing for me was that, yeah, normally I'm a go-getter and all that. But the thing was, I was trying to, well, this is stupid, figure out, is this DAC a good product or not? And so that was the question. I mean, since you've been on board with DAC, what do you think about the product? And how many times have you received commissions? That was it. I just didn't want to, come into this and, get all in, and I just don't. I don't like the company.
Mm. I tell you this, there's always something for everybody, always. So I do have access to funding multiple ways outside of DAC. The reason I built a team quick at DAC is because I get a lot of fundings. At one time, I was getting fundings every day, right? At one time, when I first got into this, I was getting fundings every single day, 4 to 5 days a week, right? So for at least 2 months. So, but when I first started, let me tell you this, when I first started, it was slow. It was slow. I want to say my first 30 days, it was kind of slow. I got a little bit discouraged, but then I just kept going and kept doing it. I think I stopped. I stopped for about 2 weeks and started doing something else. Then I got back on it. And then when I got back on it, I'm not even sure what changed either. But when I got back on it, I started getting fundings every day for about 2 months. And so, but then I started, that's when I started to like the business. So I started seeking other funding, other, different funding products. So, like I said, it's something for everybody. I think DAC's product is good for people who need money fast in a case of an emergency, but I do have access to people who need startup funding with lower interest rates.
Okay, yeah, that'd be good for me. I mean, I have the same background. My background is that I've done, mortgage processing at banks and things like that. I worked with a mortgage broker before. Also, I went, learning wholesaling here in Cincinnati. We have a club here called Cincinnati RIA, where I learned wholesaling and bird dogging and connecting and things like that. So I'm like, you want to build my business and have multiple funding. So if you have that, that would be great. Thank you so much for your
Oh,
time.
you're welcome. Like I was saying too, if somebody needs to talk offline, I don't even know, reply to my email or however. Also, y'all, that text message, if you got my text message, that's a automated system. So like if you reply back to that, it doesn't come to my phone because I notice sometimes I got all kinds of messages in there that I don't even see until a week later. So, but reply to my email or something if somebody needs to talk offline. But mm, so so the other funding that I have, I actually, like I said, I'm a serial entrepreneur, y'all. So it sounds crazy, but I just opened up a business funding company. So that's the reason I have access to different types of funding, just because I wanted to be able to help more people, because I had a lot of people who applied for funding and then did not accept it because maybe they didn't like the terms or the interest. So, and that's why I said there's always something for everybody. Some people can only qualify for the funding that's offered at DAC. So that's why that is a very necessary company to be at too, because they help people who have emergencies and need funding fast. But I also have access to funding for people who want a lower interest rate, people with higher, stronger credit scores, stuff like that. The funding that I'm offering, Kevin asked in the chat, what are the requirements for the business funding that I have? So I got a startup business funding program. Also, I have a personal loan program, and this is kind of for people who want to start a business, but they need a 700 credit score. That's primarily what the requirement is. It's all credit based, and so but like I said, my partner and me, we started a company. So at this time, excuse me, at this time, what we can offer is a referral. We're offering a 25% referral payment, right? And then after because let me tell y'all, with this startup business funding and personal funding for 700 plus credit scores, people are knocking it out the park, like doing 20 a month. So there you go. But yeah, so talk to me offline, send me an email if you want details on that. Just reply to that email that I sent you earlier. And because I don't, this is supposed to be about DAC, so I kind of want to stay on track with that. But just know that it is available. And that's why I was asking if y'all had anybody who declined funding. All right, y'all. You didn't see my email? Just send it to see, and you know what? That's exactly why I said let me text people, because I bet some people didn't get my email. Y'all know what? It probably went into a promotions folder or a spam folder. So y'all could check in there and just say that it's not spam. Y'all, social media is not the best place to contact me, y'all. Especially Facebook, y'all. I be getting hundreds of messages a day. And so it's so exhausting. If y'all really want attention, really want help, you got to email me, because I take emails as handling business. Social media stuff, I really don't take it as handling business. I'm going to tell you, because y'all be surprised what people be asking me. But let me put my email in here. info@catinathebroker.com. If y'all email me there, I'll be happy to get you that information. Y'all getting quiet on me. Does that mean it's time to go? All right, y'all. So this whole presentation, especially if anybody was late, I'm going to post it on YouTube. All right, on the YouTube channel. Yeah, so I'm going to post it on the YouTube channel just as soon as we're done. If there are no more questions, I'm going to wrap it up. No more questions about how to get clients or anything? Quest. You're welcome, Sheila. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, everybody, for attending and showing up today. I appreciate it. All right. See y'all later.